I just got the video loaded up to YouTube, so I'm going to start getting responses soon. It's a private video right now, but I want to make sure I release this video, the behind the scenes, right alongside of this. That way people who are interested in how it came together could watch it immediately if they want. But good to know. Looks pretty good on YouTube, I guess. Nice. I'm not positive, but I'm sure this is probably the only, if it's not the only, it's one of the only stop motion animations featuring the Hagar. Because I don't know how many other people actually have custom Hagar figures, but yeah, either way, I was happy to be a part of this, and I was happy to do it. So first, let's meet the stars of our video. We got the Sentinel, the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure version. Throughout the course of the video, I'm sure you've probably seen it by now, he gets ripped apart and just beat up. But luckily I was able to put them back together. Like, mine comes apart actually pretty easily, so I kind of used that to my advantage for the video. And of course Hagar. I showed him in a previous video, but basically he's a couple of NECA Street Fighter figures that I repainted and reassembled, and I molded the hair and the mustache and the eyebrows and stuff onto him with Sculpey, and the belt strap and everything else I just made custom. I've always liked Hagar, I've always liked Final Fight, and this is basically my way of showcasing that, trying to celebrate, you know, what I think is a really great character. Moving on to some of the sets I designed for this. I've already showcased these buildings in prior videos also, but just in case you missed them, this is a giant cardboard box. I put a, this Spider-Man accessory on here. These windows are all just cut out, made from like action figure packaging. Basically, you just take like the front part of the clamshell and cut it out, put it in there. I made this one look broken just to give it a little more, I don't know, attention to detail. Metro City Slum would have broken windows if you've ever played Final Fight. It's a Gotham City map, but I don't know if you pick up that detail from watching the video. And of course, JWF for life, my stop motion wrestling. And then this building, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do with it. I just put this thing on for, I don't know, a little decor. That way I could use that side of it and have this side of it be clean and have it look like it's in two different, parts of town, basically. But, when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with it, just put our website right up there. You can actually go to that website if you like. And, just something for the background. Nothing too complicated. It's all just printouts and glue stick and whatever else. Nothing too much. And the background is just a sky. What do you even call this? I don't know, it's almost like wrapping paper. I get a whole roll of it for like $7, and there it is. I just plastered it along the wall. Then there's this background I made. It's just meant to be a set piece. I just drew it on gray poster board. It's not meant to be some kind of authentic, replica of a city or whatever. It's just supposedly, way off in the distance. You can see my workstation here is only about, what do you even say, like 3.5 feet by like 2.5 feet, maybe 4 feet by 2. I don't know. But I got to make good use of the space I have, so I don't have space to put legions of buildings all over the place. So, whatever, I think it turned out alright for the video. Anyway, when we get off of the streets, I'll take you to the other sets. So here we got the exterior of City Hall. This is just a piece of foam board, cardboard doors, construction paper windows, and that's another piece of foam board that's raised up off with letters that I cut out of cardstock, I think, and just spray painted. This whole thing has been spray painted gray, and then the silver with the letters for City Hall, little bricks on the top. This isn't meant to be a super elaborate set. It's basically just to establish the fact that you're across town now. You're in a different part of the city. And this door is removable. If you watch the video, you know why. I didn't pay too much attention to much of the detail on the exterior of City Hall, but the inside, well, you'll see. So here's the inside of City Hall, aka Hagar's office. I tried to pay attention to things that I would think would be in the mayor's office. I did some Google research and basically just put together things that I would figure would be in a politician's office, and assumed what Hagar might have in his office. For instance, the newspaper that I just drew up when he got elected. Of course, I got a ACBA 2012 and JWF here represented. You can see the OWP for Ordinary World Productions. Just, you know, a couple little minor details. I got his desk and the chair and a lamp. Just a bunch of wrestling accessories. The briefcase, the TV. I figure as a former wrestler, he would probably have a world title on the wall or something from back in his glory days. And any good politician would, you know, be endorsed by the president. So there he is, basically just intimidating Obama into voting for him, probably. But yeah, all in all, I wanted to make this set look like it was a reasonable facsimile of where you would expect the mayor to work. The walls, I think, are just manila envelopes that I glued to the box, and then I cut out the window. The curtains are just green scraps of fabric with like twist ties around them. Nothing complicated, but it made for a pretty nice set. The floor, I think, is just construction paper, and that, you know, wood paneling, whatever it's supposed to be, is actually just the cardboard that I didn't cover up. But it doesn't look bad, so I just left it. Anyway, moving on. Honestly, the only part of this video that I would change, if I could, would be that brief second where he jumps up in the air and catches the Sentinel as he's falling. Because, I mean, you can tell it's composited, and I couldn't quite get the effect that I wanted behind it. Like, for some reason, I was just having trouble with it. So I went back, I tried it a couple different times. It didn't quite work out exactly how I wanted it. So ultimately, I did some color correcting, and to the untrained eye, it'll look decent. But, you know, that's the one thing that I would go back and, I guess, try and redo if I were to ever redo it. I mean, it doesn't affect the overall video. I think it's stylish. You know, it's not a bad inclusion. This video actually gave me the chance to try some interesting stuff, like when he gets blown up with the, I got the live action Hagar going and the stop motion Sentinel in the background. There's a lot more compositing in this video than I've ever done with any animations before. More effects, you know, the X-Men mutant powers and what have you. But yeah, gave me a chance to sharpen up on a few different techniques. So once again, thank you to 4star918 for, well, the contest, and putting out this challenge for basically me to step up my game a little bit here. I hope other animators are going to get involved. To anybody that stumbled upon this video from my Captain McKay Random channel and you're watching, I know there's a lot of animators on there. There's no excuse for you guys not to get involved in this contest. You've got, as of right now, you've still got about a month to put something together. And, you know, right now I think, as far as I know, there's not many videos submitted yet, so you still got a decent shot. Just odds are, you know, if you enter, you'll probably win something. I'm not going to guarantee that, because watch now, there's going to be like 50 entries next week. But, you know, it's a lot of fun, and it gives you a chance to kind of think outside the box. You know, I've got my wrestling stop motion coming up, the ladder match. You know, I got burned out on wrestling a little while ago, so I'm not going to pay all my attention to it. This was a nice chance for me to get away from that and try something new, something fresh. And this was an idea that I've had for a long time too, so it just made it easier for me to actually get a fire under my ass and say like, oh, well, I guess how good a time as any to actually put this together. What I will say was cool to animate was the Sentinel, because he's a much larger figure than I'm used to, so you can get much more intricate, tiny movements out of him. And while he's much easier to move little by little and get the animation you want, he's also harder to control, like in mid-air and in, you know, certain other positions, I guess. But he's, it's a cool figure. I like using the bigger scales like that, and maybe I'll continue to do that. We'll see what happens. So yeah, that was my little behind the scenes on that video I made, the stop motion. I'm really happy with how it came out. I dare say it's probably the most fun I've had doing an animation, maybe ever. So again, thank you to 4star918 for bringing the best out in me, and hopefully other people too. Yeah, so hopefully this raises awareness on how great of a character Hagar can be. Like, I jokingly, when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was coming out, I told my roommate that I refused to play unless Hagar was in it. And I was like, yeah, you know, it's kind of a joke because Hagar doesn't get any love from Capcom or anybody. And sure enough, you know, he freaking just shows up in the game. So then I was like, well, I guess I got to eat my words. And so now I play Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 all the time, and I like it. So I kind of wanted to do my own little rendition of Hagar and some Marvel characters, and I really enjoy how it came out. Plus, it gave me an excuse to build Hagar in Office, and if you paid close attention to what he was watching on TV, you'll notice that he was watching Vampire Sharks before the news interfered. If you've never seen Vampire Sharks, I'll link it, but that's an old Ordinary World video that we put up last year. It's a live-action thing. So anyway, thank you for watching the little behind the scenes feature. I'll get a proper ACBA themed video up on this channel real soon. If you would like to watch more stop motion, feel free to subscribe to Captain McKay Random, my other channel. And again, thank you once again to 4star918, and the best of luck to any and all participants in this contest. Alright, thank you for watching.